Some years ago, quite a long time ago, our school class walked over the hills from Lancing in Sussex, all the way over the hills down into Bramber. On the way, we stopped at the church at Coombs, and we sat in the churchyard, and our teacher, she just loved to read poetry. Our teacher, she read us 2 or 3 poems. I remember trying to learn a poem, a very old poem written in the Victorian times. The poet is unknown, but I hope you like it. I wandered to the village, Tom. I sat beneath the tree, upon the schoolhouse playground that sheltered you and me. But none were left to greet me, Tom, and few were left to know who played with us upon that green where 40 years ago. The grass is just as green, Tom, barefooted boys at play were sporting just as we did then, with spirits just as gay. The master sleeps upon the hill, which coated with snow, afforded us a sliding place some 40 years ago. The old schoolhouse is altered some. The benches are replaced by new ones very like the same our penknives once defaced. The same old bricks are in the wall, and the bell swings to and fro. 'Tis music just the same, dear Tom, 'twas 40 years ago. The boys were playing some old game beneath the same old tree. I forget the name just now. You've played the same with me. On that spot was played with knives by throwing so and so. The loser had a task to do there 40 years ago. The river's running just as still. The willows on its side are larger than they were, Tom. The stream appears less wide. But the grapevine swing is ruined now, where once we played the bow and swung our sweethearts, pretty girls, 40 years ago. The spring that bubbles neath the hill, close by the spreading beach, is very low. 'Twas then so high that we could hardly reach. And kneeling down to get a drink, dear Tom, I started so to see how much I had changed since 40 years ago. Nearby that spring upon an elm, you know I cut your name. Your sweetheart's just beneath it, Tom. You did mine the same. Some heartless wretch has pilled the bark. 'Twas dying, sure but slow. Just as she died, whose name you cut there 40 years ago. My lids have long been dry, Tom, but tears came to my eyes. I've thought of her I loved so well, those early broken ties. I visited the old churchyard and took some flowers to strew upon the graves of those we loved there 40 years ago. Some are in the churchyard laid, some lay beneath the sea. But few are left of our old class, excepting you and me. And when our time shall come, Tom, we are called to go, I hope they'll lay us with those we loved just 40 years ago.